Now that's a thought. Or is it the spirit imbued into the words of dead men, meaning derived of a physical state? Or is it the sum total of human choices? We are, allegedly, free. It only took hundreds of unsung stories, 700,000 dying and 1 million marching for our unalienable rights to apply universally in theory. Like the choice to choose considering 3 sources of whitewashed media drawing black lines over classified information, insert distraction, and commit the next genocide, or the right to religion. Unless it's not mainstream, or the government is fighting a resource war in your region, then that thought process must manifest false flag attacks merely to justify a budget increase. Speaking of which, do you really think that any of these bare arms can swing anything heavy enough to knock down the military or the police? The forces are interchangeable, just look at the uniforms. So are we truly ever able to be free? When 1 in 3 will serve time in a penitentiary merely for having beautiful ancestry, while Rothschild robbery isn't even known. Illegal nature grows in the earth and the hearts of humans. One is a healing plant, the other is a capital that never cared as long as the corporations take care of the human chattel. See, we have become like cattle. We got a social security number, a serial code, a birth certificate, a date of production. But instead of steak, they take their pound of flesh through taxes that fund conflicts that limit populations for new dimensions to draw on the maps. Notice how their sons stay home. And there, right there, we manifest literal class warfare. They go to class, we go to war. Now how is that fair? So free must be exclusive to a different plane than the physical. Well, that makes it mental, and since each mind is susceptible to numerous variables, both real and existential, that makes freedom relative to each individual. So one must possess knowledge of themselves. Is this why conformity is becoming a trend? Is it easier to understand each other if every other person is no different from another? But humanity is much more than like buttons and Pandora preferences. This is where we will be free to ask how long will free will be free. Will we be free to act accordingly with our own free will? This fork in the road, it feeds bread to the powerful, but we, the ordinary people, when we grow the wheat, so can we socially network together to spread this drama before the tragedy plays out? We have a chance to change this, but it'll take an unplugging from the matrix into this spacious mindscape and filling it with knowledge and the only actual educational disciplines of truth, justice, and love. So what does free mean if we aren't all in possession of its meaning physically as well? But luckily, by mastering the objective and abstract concepts and grasping it firmly enough to apply it, the culture could follow the prevailing mindset. See, we can move mountains by being free.